Welcome back, everyone, to Fine Music, right there on the cap of the great Jim Babwe, who apparently kept his original identity in the Rolling Stones. How did he do that when the rest of us are so transformed?
No,
Anyhow,
Charlie Watts.
yeah.
That's Charlie Watts right
Oh,
there.
that's Charlie Watts.
That's Charlie Watts.
You would wear a hat like that?
No, he would not. That was my hat.
No. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, this is Fine Music. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. And this is episode 210. And our leadoff man is here, Fred Whitlock, with some more discovery.
First, I'm going to talk about a 2000 release, Dusty Roads.
Dusty Roads.
Dusty
Trails.
Trails.
Dusty Trails.
It's a soundtrack of light floating harmonies and trance style music, jazzy and lush. It's Vivian Trimble, who died actually this year, unfortunately.
Oh.
And she teamed up with Josephine Wiggs on bass. Vivian plays all the keyboards. Vivian came out of Luscious Jackson, and she then formed a kind of Indigos type, sisters type band, Co-Stars, with Jill Konoff, and they did a two-part harmony album. And Jill shows up on this album on a song called Roll the Dice. And it's a great it's tropical, ambivalent, jazzy. It's got 14 cuts of layered music, light vocals. Trimble's vocals just float across the air, and Amy Lou Harris shows up on a emotional cut called Order Coffee. I discovered this album the year it came out. I actually found it in a bargain bin at a thrift store for $1 and picked it up just because of the cover, and I've been playing it ever since. The music's
What year
great.
did it come out?
Wiggs plays bass on the album, and Trimble's keyboards and synthesizers just float. It's a great listening album. It's a great way to start the day off, listening to this album. I highly recommend it. A new electronic album is by Tim HECKER, No Highs. Just came out. And this is his 11th release. I had never picked up on his recordings, but this one really grabbed me. With today's ambivalent music, you can pick it up anywhere on YouTube or Spotify, and sometimes they just throw in loops of music that never grabs you, never feels that creative. But HECKER pushes the form of electronic ambivalent music. Its grand chords and codes and pulses and deep bass challenges the listener, and it comes down slow and confidently, and then revs up to an emotional high. Someone said this music will not align with your chakras, because this is electronic music to get immersed in. It also features a saxophone player, Colin Stenson. He weaves in and out over the electronic keyboards and strings and adds a lot of color to some of the songs. There's cuts like Lotus Light and Sense Suppression. It's dynamic, an accomplished album. It varies its sonic landscape and refuses to be comfortable. It grabs you and makes you listen to the tension, the highlights, and the distortions. They all make sense. They blend together with the synthesizer, the strings, the sax, the heavy bass lines. It's a kaleidoscope of sound. He refuses, like I said, he refuses to be cozy. He's daring, sometimes just jarring. Dark at times, but some numbers bring up rays of hope and can get it expansive and bright. Another reviewer said, he creates sounds that will outlive the album. And it'll stay with you after listening to this several times. You'll be glad you did. If you like adventurous electronic music, this is the album to pick. No highs.
Is this a new album?
Brand new.
Like 2023?
Yes, just came out last week, at the end of last week.
What about Dusty Trails?
Dusty Trails came out in 2000, the year 2000.
Oh, yeah, I think you mentioned that. Okay. All right, so the span of time.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Vivian died this past month.
Wow. A reminder for us all. Cherish every day. With music. Yeah. Thank you, Fred.
Lives on.
Yeah, and that's a very good point. Very good point. As we're enjoying music from half a century ago, even, right?
Yes.
Beyond.
Yes.
Okay.